I'm here in Rishikesh in northern India. It's about 4 hours north of New Delhi by bus or train. It's on the Ganges River and in the foothills of the Himalaya Mountains. It's just barely in the foothills. They head north from here and then go north and west up towards Dharamsala, which is where the Dalai Lama lives. And then if you go straight east from here a ways, then you end up in Nepal. But where I am right now is actually just outside of the little town of Rishikesh. Rishikesh is a small but kind of busy town. And where I'm at right now is in an area called Swarg Ashram, which is where most of the ashrams are and where most of the visitors end up staying. There's a bunch of different restaurants and lots of gift shops and pretty much everything you need here. So I'm going to give a little tour of the area right around where I'm staying. I'm going to walk down a little hill here in a second. Here's a spiritual sadhu ahead of me, which is kind of spiritual homeless person, you could say, sort of a wandering ascetic. Hariom. And right here is where a lot of them congregate. Hariom. So they hang out there and people come along and give them a little change and help them out a bit. It's a Sunday, so things are actually quite mellow today. Usually there'd be a lot more music playing and it would just be a little louder in general. So I'm coming to a couple of little restaurants. Both of them are called Choti Walas and they're right next to each other. And they both have this dressed up man that just sits out front all day long. That's his job. Here's one of the Choti Wala restaurants and here's the guy sitting out front. And then right next door is Choti Wala's number 2. And he's got his guy sitting out there too, trying to get customers in there. Here's a little statue of what the guy's dressed up as. Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you? So here we are sort of in Tourist Central. Lots of stuff for sale. The tourists around here include both Western travelers and spiritual Hindu pilgrims. Here's a little washing station here. So Hindu pilgrims stop through Rishikesh on their way up to visit some temples that are way up in the Himalaya mountains. And that's sort of slowly dwindling now because it's getting on winter, and so it's going to be all snowed in up there, and so they won't be able to go up there. So it's during the spring, late spring, summer, and fall that a lot of those Hindu pilgrims are coming through here. So I'm now coming to the bridge that crosses the Ganges River. Gonna get out of the way of a motorcycle there. And this here is the Ganges. These stone steps here are known as ghats. So G-H-A-T-S, ghats. And this is where Hindus go to wash in the river, do their laundry, brush their teeth, sort of all sorts of stuff, and just hang out and watch the river. But there are actually some quite nice beaches you can see from here. Up this way, which is where I'd go for a swim. I haven't gotten around to it quite yet, but I definitely will. It's been a little bit hazy and not quite as warm as it could be. So from there going on up, there's just a series of great beaches, and there's some nice spots to just kick back. There's some like big boulders and stuff you can kind of sit under or hide behind, kind of. And so here's another ghat where some people are bathing. And so this is where the Ganges River is just coming out of the Himalaya mountains. If you go about 15 minutes by bus this way, then all of a sudden there's no mountains. You're just in the plains. So it's just the plains from there heading down to the Ganges goes down to the Bay of Bengal in Bangladesh is where it enters the ocean, and heading gonna get out of this guy's way. And then heading north this way goes up towards the source of the Ganges, which is known as Gangotri Glacier. And it's a couple of days' journey from here. But fortunately there's no big cities. This is the biggest town that it comes to, so there's no big cities up from here, just a few small little villages and things. And so the water is quite clean, so that's why it's a good spot to go swimming and stuff. I wouldn't be doing that further downstream where it's much more polluted. So Rishikesh, India, on the Ganges River on a nice day in November.